Throughout American history, immigrant groups have been marginalized for their color, religion, or customs. We can't go backwards to help those affected by nativism, so it's our job to learn from it and prevent another wave of extreme xenophobia. Today we are joined by real historical figures from both sides of the immigration debate: Thomas Cooper, Jacob Riis, Mary Elizabeth Tyler, and Ethel Rosenberg. These are their stories. My name is Thomas Cooper. I moved to the United States in 1794 to escape the tyranny of the British monarchy, but I never knew I would find such a similar situation in the New World. In America, I quickly became a successful lawyer and writer. However, in 1799, I was tried under the Sedition Act for publishing an article critical of President Adams in a Pennsylvania newspaper. I was imprisoned for 6 months and fined $400, just because Adams and the Federalists wanted to repress Jeffersonian Republicans. Whatever happened to that freedom of speech thing I had heard so much about? My name is Jacob Riis. Like Cooper, I moved to America to seek new opportunities in the land of the free. I came from Denmark in 1870 to become a reporter in New York City. What I found was surprising, to say the least. I lived as most others like me did, in the terrible conditions of tenement housing. I was fortunate enough to make a career out of journalism, bringing myself out of poverty by showcasing it in books calling for social reform in the cities. My work helped bring progressive socioeconomic policy to America, but I fear that even in 100 lifetimes I could never be able to do enough to fix the poor treatment of immigrants in this country.
My name is Mary Elizabeth Tyler, but you can call me Bessie. I was born and raised by a poor family in Georgia, where I was married and widowed by the age of 20. I spent my time in organizations like the Daughters of America promoting temperance. In 1920, I met Edward Clark, and together we joined the KKK and moved up the hierarchy. Edward and I reorganized KKK membership and expanded its platform to oppose alcohol, communists, Jews, and Catholics. We actually made quite a fortune from initiation fees and merchandising. However, Edward and I got into a bit of a pickle when we were caught having an affair and storing whiskey. After all, those are exactly the things we told our following to avoid. I've been called a racist and a hypocrite, but if you ask me, I'm really an American hero. After all, Edward and I made America great again, didn't we? We brought purity back to the South.
My name is Ethel Rosenberg. I was born in New York City to a Russian father and an Austrian mother. I married my husband Julius, also a child of immigrants, in June of 1939. I led a workers' strike against the New York Packing and Supply Company, and my husband was an electrical engineer. When the Second Red Scare took over America, Julius and I were marginalized for our Russian heritage. My husband was accused of espionage and declared a traitor. With little proof, both my husband and I were tried for sending information to the Soviet Union. After a brief trial, we were both sent to the electric chair. I was killed 16 minutes after watching my husband meet the same fate. I, a natural-born American citizen, received the death penalty just for having one Russian parent in a time of anti-communist paranoia.
4 faces, 4 time periods, all brought together by one common trend in the American mentality. Is it time to stop nativism? You be the judge.